Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Can't hear anything? Now you can, right? Here we are back on the green carpet. We're going to have a fabulous show today. We've got an amazing filmmaker from Warsaw, Poland, Eliza Kubarska. Did I pronounce that right? Say it for me.
Eliza Kubarska.
Eliza Kubarska.
Yeah,
And I thought it was Russian, but it's not Russian, it's Polish. And this is, you know, what I love about the green carpet is that you never know who's going to come and where we're going to find the next amazing filmmaker. And when I saw Walking on Water and I got the information, I was like, you know, I want her to be on the show. So you've been at you're screening at the Los Angeles Independent Film Festival this week?
We are in Los Angeles in film festival, and we are very happy because of that.
You are, and so let's take a step back for me. So you showed the film at the First Planet Doc Film Festival in Warsaw. What's this one? The 11th Planet. Sorry, 11th Planet Day. It says Doc Film Festival.
Yeah, the world premiere got place in Toronto in Hot Dogs Festival, which is very, very nice, very good documentary film festival.
It's one of the best international documentary film festivals in the world.
Thank you.
Yes.
And they gave us an award.
I know you won a very prestigious award. You won the Special Jury Award. So not only did you get in, but you also won the Committee Award, which is also even more difficult to do.
Yes, we were very happy because of that, because it was our first time when we show our film to the wide public, and you know, we didn't know how the people will react. So we were really happy, surprised, or maybe not surprised, but happy that the audience liked it.
Yeah, I had a friend who got in to that film festival, and their film went on to Tribeca, and they sold it to the Weinstein Company for $2 million, and I don't think they won an award at Hot Docs. I need to check that, and the fact that you won, and yeah, you know, you maybe got a big check coming your way, right? So tell me, look at her, you're so modest. I love it. Walking Underwater, what was the inspiration of the film? Why did you want to make the film?
The film was shot in Borneo. It's Southeast Asia, very far for all of us, I think. I live in Europe, but even from America, I think it's much more farther.
And it's Borneo?
It's Borneo.
And it's what? We said we were talking about, like, it's in Southeast Asia, like south of the Philippines? And
it's nearby the Philippines, it's nearby Indonesia. So
okay.
The island of Borneo, which is a huge one, it's one of the biggest islands in the world. It's shared between Malaysia and Indonesia. And I was filming around Malaysian part of Borneo. And the story is about the sea nomads, the people who live on the sea, like sea gypsies. And they really inspired me when I discovered...
Hold on, I want to get that word again. Sea gypsies. I've heard of regular gypsies.
Oh.
I've heard of, like, you know, your traditional gypsies. Now we have sea gypsies? And what is a sea gypsy?
It's people who live on the boats, and they move all the time. So they are kind of gypsies. I prefer to call them nomads. I like it more.
Is it more tribal than nomadic?
Yeah, you can call them like it's tribal. Yeah.
I mean, are they actually living in tents or like huts, or how are they cohabitating?
No. Okay. Originally, they live on the boats, so they have kind of tent on the boat, and the boat is not very huge one, but you have all family there, like wife, husband, 5, 6 children, grandma, grandpa.
On a boat?
On the boat.
Now, I saw these boats. I don't know if we can see these boats. If we can cut to it, Kyle. You got to see. I think there's like one kayak. You'll see the image. Is this the boat that you're talking about?
Yes, this is the boat that people
Hold on. Let's see if they can pull up the
I don't know which one you want to show.
Let's see if we can find the kayak. Yeah, I think there was like an image that said kayak. They'll find it.
Okay.
But yeah, no.
Anyway, they are free, you know, because they have everything what they need. They live on a food. because food is below in the sea.
Are they fishermen? They're living off the sea?
Yes, they live like a fisherman.
they
Okay,
are the
no,
boats.
this is
I was gonna say, are these the boats they're living on? This is what I was wondering. No.
this boat is very difficult to keep the balance.
Hold on, put
to
that
be
shot.
honest.
Put that
No,
shot
my
back
God.
on.
It was
tell,
me, but
tell me about like when I saw this image. Are they
Yeah.
living in these huts?
This is kind of the houses they live. Yeah, because some of them live on the boat, some other live on this kind of houses which are very simple on the still
On the ocean. Wow.
in the middle, sometimes in the middle of the ocean, because this place is very special.
And you keep saying that. You know, we spoke before. You're like, it's very special. What is it that's so special? What? I mean, obviously, something resonated
Okay.
with you.
So one of the first story they told me is that their ancestor had gills instead of lungs. I'm correct?
Yeah, I got that. Like gills rather than
Like-
lungs.
Exactly.
Like on their bodies.
This is what they told me. This is the legend about the ancestors.
So they're actually be able to like live in the water. They have gills.
Exactly. They believe in underwater kingdom now, and they believe in the spirits who lives in the water. So they always pray before they go to fish, and they show me this word of spirits, and I started to believe in that. To be honest.
Wow, you know, it reminds me of like George Lucas in Star Wars. You know, the underwater kingdom underneath
Yeah,
where they're
yeah.
actually
So
living. So you're saying
it's
this is like
real.
this is an ancient myth. That wait, do you see gills on their bodies?
No, this is what they told me.
Okay, but you're the documentarian. I'm wondering, did you film it or not?
Okay, so then I put my face underwater,
Yeah.
and then I discovered that really some of these people doesn't need to breathe. Almost means like
So they're down there for a long time.
yes, very long.
I think there's a couple of shots actually. Did you see? Let's see if we can find a couple of shots. No, not that one. There's another one I think where they're just there. It is.
yeah, but
And I'm a diver, so I've been diving since I was 20 years old. I started diving in Key Largo, West in Florida, and I do underwater photography. So I started looking at these shots, and that's where I was like, Eliza, we gotta get you on the show. Did you shoot this?
no, it's my husband picture. David Kaszlikowski is the photographer
Okay.
who did us stills pictures underwater, but we also had in the film you can see underwater footage of Lisa Strohmeyer. This is Austrian, very talented underwater filmmaker.
Wow, because I was gonna say the shot looks just gorgeous.
Yeah,
You
these
know,
are
it's
pictures.
really, really nice, and like you're just saying, they're just natural underwater.
Yes, and of course the water is very clear. You have
Yeah.
very good visibility.
Amazing visibility. It almost
Yes.
looks better than the Caribbean.
I never been to Caribbean.
I have been to the Caribbean. I actually dove in Cozumel, and it's a more of a like a green sort of blue, like a light green blue. That is a beautiful blue. That's a blue that you don't usually see. I mean,
Sometimes it's even transparent, the
Yeah.
color of the sea. And what is amazing that sometimes the sea is white and the sky is dark. And when I've seen this, I was, oh my God, it cannot be real. This world is not real because of the light. But it happened quite often. So when I came back with my cameraman to shoot, we have it on our film, this kind of connection.
okay, so I got it. So but you still haven't told me why you were inspired about making. I mean, when I think about filmmaking, there's always got to be an inspiration because it's a long journey. It's an arduous journey. You got to get the
Yes.
financing, you got to shoot it, you got to edit it, you got to find the story. So there's got to be some personal passion that's got to come out, right? So what was it for you why you wanted to tell this story?
Okay, I started working on this film 4 years ago. By accidentally, I discovered the place, and up to this moment, I was, let's say, the person from the mountains. I used to spend a lot of time in the mountains. I'm a climber, and I was shooting in the mountains. I did 2 films in the mountains, but suddenly I went to this place, and I've seen this sea, and I was, wow, this is one of the most beautiful places I ever seen. But it's not enough to make a documentary. And then when I went in the middle of the sea, I've seen a scene. It was a very small boat in the middle of nowhere with a boy. A very young boy, like, I don't know, less than 10 years. He was sitting on the boat and working, doing something. I couldn't understand what he's doing. And I was really surprised what this boy is doing alone on the sea. But he wasn't alone. Like 20, 30 meters below, there was his father fishing. But he used a very special technique, and I think there were some pictures already we've seen. The guy was fishing and very deep, and he was breathing through the pipe. The pipe is connected to the very, very, very similar compressor, which is connected to the very primitive engine, which is broken all the time. And this machine makes the air coming through this pipe. So the guy can breathe underwater.
Wow, I like to see that.
It's very simple equipment.
Well, you ever see that? You see that in Star Wars again too. When they go down, they put that little thing in their mouth, and you see him go through, and
Yes,
that's
so-
very interesting.
And the air goes with very big pressure, and also his fins. When you watch his fins, it's very funny because it's made from the piece of wood, and it looks so funny, but it gives him enough speed. I think we can see it on some pictures.
What's that? What do you
later.
want to? What do you want to see? A shot of what?
From underwater, but maybe we can see it later on.
Oh
the
yeah, well, we're
film.
gonna. Okay, well I got you.
Where's-
Oh that.
we can see the fins. Okay, this is the poster from the Polish production. The title is a little different because it's in
Oh, that's
Polish.
the Polish one. I
This
got
is the
it.
Polish title of
But
the film.
there's another one though. Yeah, we gotta get the other one.
this-
There you go.
okay.
Walking underwater. I felt like we'd opened up the international today. We're going Polish.
So look at his feet.
Yeah.
He has something really strange on it, and he's breathing through this pipe.
Oh,
So-
I see. And there's a cord that's going down. Does that go up all the way to the surface?
It's go up, and it's very dangerous. If you are a diver, you are a diver.
I am
So
a
you
diver.
know what
Yes,
is
I
the
do
most
know.
important rule in diving, that you cannot go up very fast.
No, you gotta wait. You gotta ascend. You gotta deoxify. All right, we're gonna cut to commercial. Eliza Kubarska, all the way from Warsaw, Poland. This is Greg Reitman on T Radio V. We're coming right back. Peace.
I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah, we'll be counting stars.
Radio V.
I found the greatest invention this week. It's a bed that's made for cuddling. It's called the Cuddle Mattress. And look, you can slot your elbow in.
Oh my! And what about
Yeah.
the remote? That's my biggest concern.
Yeah.
is the
Oh,
remote.
yeah, you would seriously.
Getting
I already lose my remote and I have a normal bed and it gets caught in my blanket.
Yeah.
You shag in one, and then when you get it all wet and messy, you sleep in the other. And that's kind of what you need in life. You need a bed to shag in and a bed to sleep in.
It's the Suicide Girls, Thursday, 6 p.m. on T Radio V.
Hi, I'm Katie Cleary. And I'm Kristen Renton. And we're from World Animal News. World Animal News discusses animal issues from around the world. News that matters. Watch World Animal News every Thursday at 11 a.m. Find out everything about me on Twitter at Katie_Cleary and at Kristen Renton.
Listen, I got a show called Roots and Branches right here on T Radio V. Yeah, I got a show called Roots and Branches right here on T Radio V. I want you to stop what you're doing and look at me. T Radio V.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
I'm a little let down, but I'm not dead.
Cool.
There's a little bit
Pretty
more
amazing,
that
right?
has
You're
to
like, wow, it's a
say.
real live show. You could even text your husband and he could be watching.
watch it now?
Yeah, he can watch
Oh.
it right now. You can text him on tradiov.com. If he goes on there, he'll actually be able to see you. You could actually email everybody in Poland, let you know that
Yeah.
you're a famous star.
What time is it in Poland?
I don't
now?
know. What time is
It's
it?
much later.
Oh, too late?
Unfortunately.
They're
9
probably-
hours later.
They're probably getting their cocktails. They're probably getting going, right?
Yeah, they should watch it.
So walking underwater, that's pretty interesting. So you see this young guy in a boat, and it sort of drew you in, I guess, right, to want to make this film?
Yes, it was the moment when I was like, wow, what this guy is doing under the water. And we were waiting almost 2 hours for him when he came, the guy from underwater. And
oh, wow,
I've
so he was
seen
down 2 hours.
Really.
Ooh, and what are you doing? You were sitting up on the mountain?
I was sitting on the boat and watching the boy, and I was
For 2 hours?
yes, because I really wanted to see the guy. Come on. And then the guy arrived. And
Well, hold on. That's a little bit strange, though, to see someone sitting on a mountain for 2 hours. I mean, you must have, were you having lunch? Or were you having like a...
No, I was just sitting and waiting and watching the boy. And the man appeared, and he looks so funny. Maybe funny is a bad word, but he had this strange equipment on him, and I was like, oh my God, I never seen anything like this before. So next time we jumped to the water, I wasn't a diver that time. I wasn't a diver, so I just jumped with the mask to watch what is he doing. And then I knew that I have to become a diver to see what the guy is doing much deeper. But it was the one point of making the film. I was inspired by the people, by their underwater skills. Then I met much more Bajau people. We call them Bajau.
Bajau?
Bajau.
Bajau.
Yes, but it's not the end of the story. The second part was that I discovered that these people live very close to us, means like modern civilization, because this place where they are living become one of the most popular places for diving in the world. And suddenly a lot of tourists arrived, a lot of tourist resorts start to be built
so
there.
So it's becoming like a commercial,
very commercial.
Like a Richard Branson, like come buy an island, have your own resort, best diving type.
Exactly, and we dive and they dive, but we use totally different equipment. And what is very strange, this world never meet. So these people never meet. And when I came to visit Bajau, they were so happy because they were so curious of us. The same, I was curious of them.
What language do they speak?
Bajau, of course.
Bajau, of course. And what is Bajau? Is it like a linguist of Vietnamese and Philippines, or
it's in Philippines we have different language.
No, I've been to the Philippines. That's why I'm asking. So it's a unique language.
Yes.
And was it difficult for you to learn how to communicate with them?
I didn't learn Bajau enough fluently. I can say, for example, Mangso Cool, which means thank you.
Monks of cool.
Monks are cool.
Monks are cool.
And there are many nice words, but of course the communication was kind of
I'm looking
problem.
at the guys in the studio and I'm thinking to myself, hey guys, we're going to go speak Bajau. That's great.
Try. Okay.
Well, let's do this. Can we put up the commercial? I want to see if we can show the trailer, because now I'm really interested in seeing what's going on. The music sounds fabulous. Wow.
Ani ato masakarahu kami bagay-bagay kami kasiyasama. So tapi manusia tapi to tagasang may tuon bagay.
Loro makaray apa?
Sa lapas daing sali tagasang may tuna, sa lapas daing sali ray mo. Mbara tao magano, mbara tao lemo.
Jadi sa pagkutun kompresor.
Yang anad ka?
Nganad ako.
Usahaan ni anak kita ka magsasama natin. Usaha kita maigi.
Ay roy, luta, nulibalok ka marilaw. Tanda no nanda. Panghaman niya tanda no nanda lang. Akal ko sulo lagi.
Ang kayo ng kamarisod. Alis ko ka.
Abis sa pangsahan na ni, namili ka ni.
Ang kita makapinamili ka na to, misan ka ni guri, misan ka makandapi tukunda.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Unbelievable, Eliza. Unbelievable. Like real gills.
Yes, I have to say.
Now, were those fish that they were actually, that the instrument's inside of? Like, is that the outside is the fish and then the inside they actually have the device that they're using to breathe? Is that how it works?
This pipe?
Yeah.
You're asking about this scene when he had fish inside his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, he can do it. It's easy for him. He was keeping pipe and fish in one moment. He just had
Exactly.
no other option to transport his new catch. Maybe I tell some words about the language, because we talk about the language. And of course, because I didn't speak Bajau language, I had to use some translator. And I was very happy at the beginning to meet amazing Bajau guy who was speaking little English. He used to live near Philippines, and then he was going to school for a very short time. And he learned little, and then he was talking with the tourists, and this is how he could communicate with me. But the guy was very special. His name was Bashir, and all Bajau loves him. So when I started to travel with him, like, blondie girl.
You're with the king. Right?
I was with my camera.
No, I mean with the guy that you're with, your
Yes.
ambassador, right? You had an ambassador that the people liked. You're saying, correct?
I'm not sure.
The guy that you were with, right?
Yes,
you were saying the people really liked him.
Yeah.
So it made your experience a lot easier, correct?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is very important to have this key to this day word, and they trust him. So it was easy for me to go inside, because when I was going with him, every door was open. And of course, they were curious of me, as I said. And but during the filming, very often I didn't understand what my two main protagonists are talking about, of course.
See, yes.
And we couldn't talk and explain you what they are talking about, because it's disturbing, the recording, the voices. So we were filming, and my cameraman, Piotr Sołowski, also very, very talented guy whose films were nominated for Oscar, his documentary. And he was just following the picture. He didn't know what is this scene about, in fact. And in the end, I did translation of the film. And then I was, of the scenes we did. And I was like, oh my God, it cannot be possible. She couldn't say like this. For example, when we see the scene when the wife is talking to Alexan that he has another woman.
Oh yeah, he had 7 wives, or he was paying him off or
this,
something.
I said, no, it's not possible. These guys couldn't say so. It's so sweet, So I was really...
He's like, he didn't bring enough fish home. Where is he selling it off to? Who's got another wife?
We are all the same. I see in every part of the world.
Well, I thought that was very interesting that you put in the... I have a friend of mine who did a film in Indonesia, and God, it just... The respect that I have for you, not only just making the film, but actually making a film in a non-foreign language that you don't know. God, that's so challenging. I mean, you got to sift through everything, and you got to put it together, and you got to make it make sense. It's alone doing it in one language. Now you got to do it in at least 2 or 3 languages, right? Very complex, right?
Yeah, now I see, because it takes 4 years almost.
And then the editing, and the editor needs to understand what they're saying. So you've got a lot of pieces that are moving.
Yes.
It's very challenging. I mean,
I think you have to be in love. And I was in love with Bajau.
I think you were too. I think that, did you fall in love with the sea or the people, the food? What was it about?
The people. I was totally inspired with them, and I was really sad that maybe their culture will disappear very soon, and even we will have no occasion to see it. So I really wanted to show what they can do underwater to all of us. That's why I had the mission.
Now that device that they were making, that they were pulling down, you mentioned it. What is that? Was it like an engine, or was it like a breather thing? What was that? That concoction?
This is the engine, and the engine is very important part of the film because it's broken all the time. The engine is.
Oh, it breaks all the time.
It breaks all the time.
Well, good. It gives you dramatic action.
I had, but it was, it was disturbing all the time because when the engine is broke, he cannot dive, of course, because there is no air in the pipe, and it was sometimes so sad because he really wanted to dive, but again the engine broke. So, but you have to watch the film to see it.
I definitely want to see this film. Fascinating. I want to. know if we can just see this walking on. If you guys cut over here, look at this walking on water. Really beautiful artwork. So simple. All right, we're gonna cut to commercial. We're gonna come back. You're gonna talk to me about the people, the tourism, and the conflict that exists with, I guess, the modern day and what's going on with. They're not nomad. They're not tribal. What did you say they were?
Sea gypsies.
The sea gypsies. All right, Greg Reitman on T Radio V. We'll be back. Peace.
So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for.
Hi, I'm Jessica Hall.
Hey everybody, I'm Bob Guinea.
Hi, I'm Brian Schneider, husband, father, and Hodgkin's lymphoma survivor.
Every year, thousands of people are diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Hodgkin's Haters' goal is to make all cancer patients survivors.
Join us for Hodgkin's Haters' 3rd annual Party for a Cure, June 26th at 7 p.m.
At Station, located at W Hollywood for the Masquerade Red Carpet Casino Night.
Even if you can't make it to this great event, you can still donate.
Visit HodgkinHaters.com for event information or to donate.
All proceeds go to the Leukemia Lymphoma Society.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What are you doing on Tuesdays at 4 p.m.? You're spending it with me, Destiny, on Destiny's EDM Power Hour. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna be there, right? Hey, you're gonna be there, right? You better be there.
Hey, what's up? I am Scott.
And I am Ken. We are not the Chemical Brothers, but we are the Crystal Method. And you are watching T Radio V.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Somewhere I heard that life is a test.
Life is a test. Testing us all the time. God, love the music, right? Got to give a shout out to my wife, Britta Ann Reitman, for doing another great job of making great music. Every time we intercut, we come back. It's just, music's so important, you know, to the show. You're married, you understand, right? You always, I'm sure your husband's always acknowledging you. So, Eliza, let's talk a little bit about. You mentioned this commercialization and this keeping this native or these sea gypsies and this and what they're, you know, and like what this feeling is of America. Like you were mentioning, they have this. Tell me a little bit about what's their perception of America.
Yes, like for them, all of us means all the tourists who came to Borneo, they are American. So even me, I was an American for them. And we have one scene in the film, I can tell about this very shortly, that when the boy is asking the uncle if it's very far to America country and if we can go there. And the answer was that it's too far because there are icebergs on the way and there are, you know, big waves. But if we could go to America, he say, we could fish a lot of fish because they are huge, like 30 kilo, and they don't escape when you try to catch them. And the boy was like, you know, oh my God. And then in the end, he said what we've seen already in the trailer, that in America you can marry 7 women in one moment.
Now, are they very polygamous? I mean, because the woman said she's like, to make the comment about, you didn't bring enough fish, did you give it to another woman? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think there's a lot of polygamy going on?
They are animists. Of course,
they are what? Animists?
Animists.
What does that mean?
They believe in spirits.
Okay.
So maybe I use bad word in English. It's like the tribes who believes in the spirit in the tree, in the spirit in the sea. You know, of course, it's very close to them. It's Muslim religion, like Islamic. So in Islam, you can have 4 wives, for example. But
You can have as many, well, the same thing with the Mormons. You
yeah,
can
but
have- you can have-
Bajao,
you-
as I understood, the position of the woman is very high, which I like.
Okay.
So we
But is he having more than one wife?
No. They have just one wife.
But I got that. So maybe, but the context of what was said. Do you feel like there's an underpinning going on where there's chivalry?
Mm,
You know what I mean by that, right? Where he's sleeping with other women and just not being honest with his wife.
no, he's just with his wife.
So he only
So-
caught 3 fish and that was it. And,
Yes,
and she's
exactly.
upset that he's not a great fisherman.
No, the way it was very sad scene because in fact Alexander was fighting to fish more fish.
Okay.
But everything was bad. The engine was broken. Everything was bad. So he just did what he could, and suddenly he came home, and still everything is not good. So I was so sad because
so
of
it's not
him.
enough. Well, women are tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
have
Think
to-
about it.
I have
Women
to
are
learn.
tough.
I'm not.
Women are tough. They're constantly saying, it's kind of like, and she probably looks at it like fish is a trade commodity. It's like her income stream. So if you bring home 3 fish, it's not enough money.
Yes, of course, but
Right? So
Marulina, wife of Alexan, she's a very nice woman, to be honest. In the film, you can
I
see
didn't say
her
she
like
was. I didn't say she was a bad person. I just think she's just like
She needed.
She's being honest. She's like, look, this is how we
Yeah.
make our income. If you don't bring enough food home,
exactly.
you're out.
They have 5 children, and she was pregnant with another one.
Oh wow! So I guess and so I guess they are sea gypsies,
Yes, they are.
right? There's no contraception going on. So what is the relationship between I guess is it do you see a division? I know we saw that one photo where you saw all the native people. I don't know if we could see that again. But I mean, is there commercial resorts being built on the island, and then they're just these people are left alone? I mean, what does it visually look like?
We shoot. I decided to shoot in Mabul Island. This is very special island because it used to be a Bajau island only about 20 years ago, I think. And then it was discovered for us as the most beautiful place for diving in the world, one of the most.
Wow.
So, of course, the island now is covered by tourist resorts. And the Bajau village is very small. It's squeezed. It's very dirty because there is no option to release the trash. And
do they have modern toilets?
Sorry?
Do they have toilets?
No, of course not.
I know. By the way, I heard a friend of mine is doing something with the Gates Foundation, and it was mentioned there's about 2 billion people that don't have a mechanism to relieve themselves.
so-
It's a big problem.
Imagine there are huge resorts around, and this Bajau village, they all go to toilet to the sea.
Yeah. It's a
in
big
front
I
of
know.
the beach.
Yeah, I know. It's a big problem, and then it just goes out. Yes.
It's natural for them, but from other hand, if they have more space, they would do it in more clean way, I believe.
Yeah.
But they cannot.
I know. And did you
So-
notice it? Did you highlight that at all about the no, you just showed the fishing story and the backstory of the fish. You didn't talk about how they're living culturally and
No, we see how they live because
you don't see someone peeing in the sea though. Did you shoot that?
No, it's not necessary.
Not necessary. That's what I'm saying.
No,
You
no,
kept
no,
it
it's
clean.
like the film is shown from Bajau point of view. It's their language, and I say nothing about danger.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I just want to say the fact that because it is their point of view, but that is their point of view. That is the sea. That's where they, look, we're 90% we're made of water. The fact that they're going to the sea, I don't think that's a bad thing. You know what I mean?
It's
You know what I'm saying?
definitely it's
Yeah.
nothing
It
bad
is, but
with
but
it.
it is their part of their point of view. It's their way of life. It's their way of living.
Exactly, but if they had enough space, it's no problem. In the past they used to use natural leaves for if you want to use it as a plate, for example, and then
Okay.
they everything put to the water because it was natural. And now they do the same with plastic because
that's
no
horrible.
one explained them that it's bad, that the plastic will not disappear in the sea like leaves disappear.
You know, I have a buddy of mine. We're going to get him on the show. His name is Jay Wallace Nichols. He runs an organization called Blue Mind about cleaning up the oceans and the plastics. I'm going to sync him up with you, and he's going to be on my show. And he's got a new book coming out that
I would be.
Yeah, he'd be a
grateful.
great person for you to link up
It's
with.
big problem.
Big problem
in this place because these people need to be educated.
Yeah, well, also plastic is a big thing because if it gets into the fish, it poisons them. That's the way it
Yes.
poisons us. It's just a bad, thing. So he would be a very good connection. We'll make that for
Yes.
you and for the film.
Because the problem is very complex. They just cannot survive already because there is no fish in the sea because everything is over.
So what about are there resorts that are being built like on the island as
Yes,
well now?
There are resorts. There are very small village already, and I have this feeling. I know it that these resorts want to push these people out because they are dirty, because they are not good for tourists to be there.
Do you think the locals actually going to want to work for the tour? I mean, it's just so sad. You know what I mean? It's like
No
the
one look
indigenous
after them, to be honest. I knew another story from another island where there was Bajau village, and when I came 1 year later, there was nothing left. And
What do you mean there was nothing left?
there was no village anymore. There was just 2 houses, and I asked people from these houses what happened, and they told me the story that their village was fired.
Put on a flame?
Burned. Sorry.
You mean like
burned.
out in the sea? They actually burned their houses?
It was on the islands.
Okay.
It was the houses on the islands, on the stills on the islands.
Oh,
And
wow.
It was burned because someone wanted to build a resort there. So they had to push them out. The story was a little bit longer, but it doesn't matter. Someone wanted to give them vast amount of money. Someone stole this money. So the angry owners of the resort, they just arrived and they put a fire in their houses, and the people escaped. And no one said a word about it. Never,
Wow. And you didn't put that in the film, though, did you?
No, I didn't put it in the film. There was no. I had the idea.
Did you have the footage? If you had the footage
No,
of the
I
burning,
didn't have,
though.
no, of course I didn't.
Yeah,
I
but
just
that
had
would have
it-
been a great visual, like the burning of the. If you were there and you see the burning of the
I
houses.
wasn't. No, I wasn't there. I had just a talk about it, but it was not enough good.
It's so interesting. I mean, do they have a parliament? Do they have a government? Or it's probably not. It's just how do you how do you get to the island?
They have no IDs. They don't know how to write or read. They don't know how to count. Most of them, they don't know how old they are. They don't know. No one look after them.
Is there an airport? How do you get there?
Airport?
Well, how do you fly into the island?
I went.
How do you get to the place, right? You take a boat like from the Philippines out there.
I paddled from Poland. No, it's as I said, this part of Borneo is Malaysian. So there is a country. It's Malaysian country. And
Okay,
there are
so they're
Malay people.
okay.
There are Malay people. Which are legal.
Okay.
People who live there. And Bajau, although they were here many years ago, no one cared. They just don't have ID. There are no Malay.
No, I got that. But how do you fly into Malaysia and take a boat to the island? How do you get there?
Okay, I fly to Borneo, and then I went to the.
Oh, so you can fly into Borneo.
Yes.
Okay,
it's
so
Tavau. Tavau is the name of the place. Where,
okay, so they do have an airport though. So there is some form of commercialization.
It's Malaysia. I told you.
Okay, so it's part of Malaysia.
It's part of Malaysia.
Okay.
I'm talking about the big island Borneo.
Yes.
But then you have to take a boat to go to the small islands like this Mabel Island.
Okay.
So you have to rent a boat, and mostly
you got to pay a local guy. I'm assuming.
This is what I did.
Yes, to get to that place, and then when you got there, and you had an ambassador, and he sort of took you into the land and kind of showed you the way.
Exactly.
Wow. And do they? So they don't write, they don't read, so everything's an oral tradition. Then I assume everything's passed down generation to generation in terms of their myth of of where did the myth of the gills come and being water of the sea?
Yeah, they told me a story about this, the legend, but I don't want to tell it now. You have to watch the film because this is in the film. You have to see it. The problem is that there will be no place for Bajau anymore on the sea, and some of them already, they need to live on the city suburbs in slums. And there is no sea. They live on the sea, in fact, but it's very dirty sea close to the city. as I said, it's like a slums. They cannot fish because there is no fish around. So they have no possibility to live, in fact. And the children of the people, of Bajau people who live already on the city suburbs, they don't know how to swim. It's one generation.
Wow.
So that's why
wow. I mean, this is just heartbreaking.
I got this, feeling that I just have to show what they can do underwater because I don't know what will happen in the future.
Well, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about what we can do to make a difference in this exotic place in the world. An amazing filmmaker, Eliza Kubarska, Warsaw, Poland, walking underwater. This is Greg Reitman. We're on the green carpet at T Radio V. Peace.
I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do.
We are live. This is happening now. That's The Lonely Wild, and they're in studio.
And we are here with, hey, hello.
Hey! Oh, we got a maximum capacity. I don't know if there's a fire hazard going on right now.
Joined by the West Coast Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Alex Johnson.
Oh my God. I just want to hear you sing all night. This voice.
That's so nice. Well, thank you.
Yeah, new regime. It's called Exhibit A. It's the latest release.
The magic of radio.
It's crazy.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy Crazy Bone.
Man, I'm the bum Keith G, man.
And whenever you sitting at home and can't shake the monkey off your back,
yeah,
then just know every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m.
Right.
You can tune in to the Quick Fix and get your fix on, man.
Right here on TRadiov.com, baby.
Radio and TV.
Now, how they gonna see us on the radio then?
Radio, I don't know. Or is it TV and radio?
But it's
one of them.
I gotta figure this radio and TV thing out though, bro. I don't understand. I'm gonna tell my mom how she gonna see
Get
us.
it together.
Welcome to Big Mama Nature's house. There's a war!
Yeah. Let's have debris all over him. That's a bad man.
Badass, man.
Woo!
Our chairs are damp.
The chairs are wet.
Our chairs
Ron.
are slightly damp.
I'm gonna have to use that in the scene.
This is just like Apocalypse Now. So this is a good idea to light a torch near a highly flammable costume, mainly around my crotch area.
We're gonna get cut out, yeah. It's just gonna be cuts of Jean-Claude. They'll pause them with loud music over it.
What are the chances of a dangerous animal in this island? 0. So just count.
Hi, this is Danny Woodburn, and you're watching T Radio V. Did it come up? All right. There we go. He's good.
T Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
I was so worried. It hurt to see you bleed, but as soon as you came out the hospital, you gave me sweets. Yeah.
Wow, we're back. Walking on water. Unbelievable. Unbelievable story. Incredible filmmaker. Super cool. I mean, I hope America's treating you well as you've been over here. LA Independent Film Festival, good film festival. You happy?
Yes, we are very happy to be here. Alexander and Sally really wanted to be in America, so I brought them here.
This is your U.S. premiere then, right?
Yes, it's our U.S. premiere, and
so you did your Canadian premiere, and then you did your Warsaw premiere, and then you have your Los Angeles premiere.
We are still waiting for European premiere.
Your European premiere, and what do you think? What do you think it's? What are you hoping for?
I will not tell. We have some ideas. We are waiting for the answers from the festivals.
Really? I know. It's a real pain in the ass, right? They make you wait, right?
Yeah,
Let me ask you a question. Do they charge you fees? Are you paying their fees or no?
No.
No, right?
No.
Ridiculous, right?
No.
They want you to pay their festival fees. For what, right? It's just a bunch of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know. I think it's a bunch of jargon, right? They just try
It's a big market. I'm not so good in this, to be honest. I have my distributor. He is look after this. I just make a
the
film.
I know, right? Let them deal with the money and all that.
I'm
jazz.
not too good in counting.
Exactly. So, so what can we do? How can we make a difference here today? Tell me.
I would like to tell about this because I finished the film. I'm very happy. It took 4 years. A lot of people, talented people, helped me. And of course, Alexa and Sari, my protagonists, they gave me the story. They allow me to show this underwater world and to all of us, which I think is very important. And then I feel that I need to do something for them. And I got the idea to open a school for Bajau kids on Mabel Island. And on the 14th of June, we started the action on Indiegogo to collect some money for that action to open this school. Maybe I will show it.
See that.
Okay. Anyway,
we
put it in internet after, so you can see it. We want to open the school, and it's not very complicated, to be honest. Means if you think about the money, it's not very expensive.
How much money is it? How much we talking?
If I will have like $18,000
$18,000 for a school,
then I can keep the school for about 2 or 3 years.
And that'll pay for a teacher, supplies.
I will pay for teacher. We build the house. We will build the house because we need a house. We need some aggregator, help me, for the electricity.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Electrician.
Yeah, because there is not. And
so you got to wire the place, and you need like school supplies.
Yeah, we need a teacher. We need to keep the teacher on the island, and of course, I need to supervising this from time to time to see if it's developed well. I need to watch the students.
Do you feel like that's Do you feel like that's appropriate in terms of modernizing, them? I mean, what's the school? What's the curriculum going to be like?
It's we cannot stop the process on this place in the world.
Okay, so you believe so education is
education is the only way.
Is the only way. I agree with that.
Because
why not reach out to the Bill Gates Foundation?
I don't know them.
Well, we'll find them. We should link up with them because I mean that's their whole thing about education and my buddy Chavi is doing a thing with the Gates Foundation, and I'll mention your film. He's a Russian filmmaker. I say the Russians and the Poles are coming together. And we'll connect you.
It would be great.
Yeah, because the Gates Foundation could write the check tomorrow. But I like the idea of doing an Indiegogo campaign. So we go on. So where do we go? We go on Indiegogo.
You go Indiegogo, and you have to search for Sari Goes to School.
Sari goes
to school.
Why didn't you use the film Walking on Water? Why the school?
Because my main protagonist, the boy, his name is Sari.
Okay.
And I want him to go to school. It's not easy. We also have to probably help to his family because his family prefer him to go to sea to fish to earn some money. So the school have to be kind of work for this boy. It's quite tricky.
I would almost take another documentary in this.
The plan is...
I'm going to say you could actually film it. You could actually have another story.
We want to film this. We want to go there to show them the film because they still didn't see it because it's very fresh.
So you need to have your world premiere in Bajau.
In Bajau. So the idea is that we go there. We make a screening in the islands, in the villages. I believe they will be laughing a lot. To see themselves on the big screen.
In their native language.
In their native language. I was very trying to be very careful with the language when I was editing. So I think everything is correct. I hope.
I'm sure.
Because I'm not sure, but I had good translators after. So we will show them the film, and then we want to make this action to build the school. So I think it will happen at the beginning on 2015.
Okay.
Because I need time to collect the money, to organize everything. We will cooperate with some organization which works already on the place.
Okay.
And I talked to them, and they had idea to open the school. So I said, okay, let's come together because I cannot be there every day. I need someone who I can trust. And I believe that this kind of
So there's a person, too, I'm going to introduce you to the Buffett Foundation, to the Novo Foundation, Warren Buffett's son. They might also be interested in as well. We'll talk about that offline, though. I'll make an introduction. I think his son is with the Gates. They work together, and maybe they might be able to link up and help. Because this is such a worthy, what an incredible, what courage you have as this woman from Poland. How do you say, hello in Polish?
Cześć.
Tesh. Do you say Tesh, everybody?
Cześć, like hi.
Tesh. Hi, I'm Eliza Kubarska from Poland. Is that how you say?
Cześć, nazywam się Eliza Kubarska.
Did you speak English to them or did you speak Polish to them?
I could speak every language, doesn't matter.
But what did you speak when you were there?
No, I speak to my translator in English.
Oh, okay, but the native people you didn't speak in.
It's a body language. We understand each other very well.
Really? And do you feel like you fell in love with this island? I mean, is this like something that has a place in your heart now?
I mean, fall in love with the people.
Yeah, that's what you said.
I love the place, but I see already a lot of bad and good things. It's like I have wild perspective now. So the place is beautiful. The place in the islands, the city where I said that some people are pushed to live there is the ugliest place in the world.
I know. I'm also interested to know like what their perception of America. God, they think of America. What do you think they think of America?
I have to tell them that America loved the film and then America loves them. I'm so curious what they will say,
I know they have this thing about America. Like America's like the
it's
great
like
white
a dream,
hope.
America is always dream for everyone. So
really?
I think so. I think even in Poland, like many years ago, there was a kind of dream about America, Everyone was.
Everybody thinks like America is like, oh God, it's so interesting being American, living in America.
To see America.
Yeah, and now that you're here, and how long are you going to be in Los Angeles for?
Oh, just few more days. Unfortunately, but I need to come back because there are so many places around I want to see.
Do you believe it? Our time is up. Unbelievable.
No
wow.
way.
Yeah.
Let's start another show. Come on.
Well, I'd love to have you come back,
Yes.
Elisa. Unbelievable show. Thank you so much for coming on. Walking on Water. What is it? WW. What's your URL?
Okay, exactly. BajoFilm.com.
BanjoFilm.com. Definitely check out the film. Amazing filmmaker. This is Greg Reitman. We're on the green carpet at T Radio V. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never as it seems, 'cause I get 1,000 hugs from 10,000 lightning bugs as they tried to teach me how to dance. A foxtrot above my head.
You are watching T Radio V, Radio and TV.